We all know the rules. Works of art are to be respected, admired from a distance, and never, ever touched. Albert Einstein knew the rules too, and he didn't always follow them.
It is a kind of a playful look, playful, thoughtful, and perhaps that's part of the appeal of a lot of folks come here and sit on his lap. It's a gigantic statue. Sit on his lap, climb up, and rub his nose. You can see his nose is a little bit shiny.
The Einstein Memorial, nestled among the trees in front of the National Academy of Sciences, is a popular stop with out-of-town visitors, particularly school groups. Yet, it is often ignored by locals hurrying up and down Constitution Avenue. The statue is 12 feet high, but if the figure were to rise, Einstein would be 21 feet tall. Despite the grandeur, the face is gentle, contemplative, and approachable. Robert Burks, the sculptor, met Einstein once and remarked, "I portrayed him sitting as he had sat in his study, sweatshirt, sandals, no socks, with the universe at his feet."
In front of Einstein in this semicircular area are 2,700 stainless steel studs, and the positioning of them represents the position of the sun, moon, and stars at noon on the day when the statue was dedicated in April of 1979.
Although the black granite has lost the luster of its original high-gloss finish, it remains the largest star chart in the world, showing the relative positions of stars, galaxies, pulsars, and other astronomical phenomena. But Einstein does not appear to be studying it. Rather, he is lost in thought, perhaps pondering some complex detail of the cosmos.
You can see the book that Einstein's holding. The front page of the book has 3 famous formulas on it.
Burks deliberately left the bottom of the page blank to represent Einstein's unfinished work, his quest for a grand unified field theory which consumed the latter portion of his life. The sculptor has said that he welcomes the children climbing onto his work, describing it as sitting in the lap of science. But the work was not always popular. When the design was first published, it was denounced by critics and ridiculed, particularly by the Washington Post, which described the proposed work as an exercise in poor taste and historical incongruity, an ill-advised chunk of piety that promises to be gross as well as trite, and it calls to mind the underside of movie seats as if the skin were made of globs of half-chewed gum.
I kind of like this style. It's unique. A lot of people hate it. And thus the moniker, the chewing gum style.
Rather than striving to be lifelike, the rough surface captures an almost organic feeling of the imperfections that make life interesting. The head is from a portrait Burks made in a session with Einstein 2 years before the scientist's death in 1955. But unlike the Post, Einstein liked the rendering. 25 years later, Burks finally got approval and funding to create an actual monument. The catch was that his team was only allowed 1 year to create and install the entire work. The face of Einstein remains calm, immune to the stresses of daily life in Washington, D.C., as he contemplates the nature of the universe.
That's kind of the image that comes to my mind. He's relaxing, musing over some complicated thing that mere mortals such as I can't really envision.
Just as Einstein taught the world to see time differently, time has taught the world, and even the Washington Post, to see the Einstein Memorial differently. In 2002 they wrote, "The National Academy of Sciences Memorial to Albert Einstein brings the heavens closer to earth. Sitting here, you can't help but appreciate living in the lap of the gods."